dough on him, like a dough on him. Hood postman, hood postman. Reporting live, reporting live. This the hood postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the 4 corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes, I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes, I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never told them up, lie. Let's ride. Hood postman, 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 hood postman.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content it'll feel like it's the 1st and the 15th. Want you guys to know this is not a glamorization. This is not a glorification. This is an education. And you come right here to get the truth. You can go anywhere in the world to hear the lies, but you come to get the truth right here. Before they had handguns, they had fair ones. They had fair ones. So man up out there. Shout out to the moderators in the room. We got a special guest in the house today. We got the no other than the infamous Blue Eyes. Coming all the way from Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. Blue Eyes. Down in the basement. What's up, Blue Eyes? You in the basement?
Hey, cuz.
I can't hear you, Blue Eyes. You gotta turn your volume up or something.
See.
Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to Stan, Monique Monk. What's up, Michelle? How you doing? E Money, what's happening, bro? Stan, the man is in the house. Shout out to everybody. There you go. What's going on with your Blue Eyes? Can you get your volume together, though, brother?
Hey, my mic sounds nice.
Your mic is not nice. It's down kind of low. Turn it up. Turn your mic up.
Nah, but salute.
Okay, I guess that'll work, man. Go out and come back in and see if that help it, because I need to hear you a little better.
All right, ready.
You know, we working with our brother Blue Eyes. You know, sometimes he can be, he out there. He come from a whole nother planetary system. Trust me on that when I tell you that. But before we get started, my soul is on a budget, y'all. It's on a budget. I cannot afford the stress, the envy, the negative vibes, the doubt, or the deceit. I'm done with all that. Take that stuff, find the nearest trash can, and dump it in, because I don't need it. That's just where I'm at with it. The brain, let me tell you something about the brain, right? Here we go. Let me see. I'll tell you once he get in. Let me see. What's up, Blue Eyes? Can I hear you?
Right. You can hear me?
Your volume, I don't know why your volume's so low, bro.
Hold on. Give me 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let me see. Let me check the game.
Check the
Um,
game, man. So I was just ready to get into a monologue, man, talking about the brain, right? Though the brain may be done and growing in size, right? In size, it does not finish developing and maturing until the mid to late 20s or 30s. The front part of the brain is called the prefrontal cortex, right? Is the last part of your brain or region that matures. And and I'm not trying to make excuses for none of these youngsters out here and some of the things, but what I am saying is that it's something to look at to understand why a lot of random stuff happened. And then, we our communities have been so deprived when it comes to information. There's a lot of people in our in our communities and neighborhoods and hoods. They have what I like to refer to as menticide. Menticide is like information malnutrition. They are information poor. Had they had a better educational system, they might be a little bit different. But we got Blue Eyes in the house. What's going on, Blue Eyes? Can you hear me?
yeah, man. Hey, man, salute, man. Salute, man. Hey, you already know, man. I'm always maintaining. Yeah, for sure. I'm always maintaining. I always maintain. Salute.
Man, so when you last time you checked in with the Long Beach crew, man, what was the scuttle? What was the scuttlebutt, as they say in the Army, in the Marines? The scuttlebutt. What was the scuttlebutt, bro?
Oh, you already know I'm Long Beach certified. I'm Long Beach certified. Hey, yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. Salute, man. Salute, man.
Yeah, your volume is terrible, bro. Terrible.
I, I know. I know. I know.
You you can hear him. I really can't hear him, Stan. I'm having difficulty hearing this brother. Let me.
Hey.
At one
I'm off.
moment you sounded okay,
I'm
but
off.
tell him about, man. Now that you've been
I'm
16 years, right? You have to fight to get off of parole or probation. How does it feel, bro? I don't think he can hear me. I don't know what's wrong with your system, bro. I'm gonna have to delete you out because you can't
Nah,
fix your phone.
hey, I'm gonna bounce back in.
I can't. Sorry about that, you guys. We cannot hear him because I wanted him to talk about. He just recently got off of parole. He's been going for over 16 years. That's a long time for somebody to be on parole. I have no idea what his initial crime was, but what I do know, I've never heard of nobody being on parole. But who knows what they do in other states, right? Other states can be quite different from what they do over here. Yeah. Let's see if he can get in now. Hello? I think you got cricket type of Wi-Fi or something, bro. Who you subscribe to? Cricket? Buck for less Wi-Fi or something?
Nah. Hey,
You
hey.
laughing, man, but
Hey,
uh,
nah. Yeah, that part. That part. Hey, so it's all listening, man. Hey, salute the hood post, man. Hey, that
hey
part.
man, we cannot hear
I'm
nothing
with
you
you.
saying. Go,
I'm
hey, matter of fact, blue eyes. Go throw your phone in the trash, run down to the corner store, buy a new phone, and come back. He on some time delay stuff, y'all. He on some time delay stuff, man. What's going on, Boss Claus? How you doing, bro? What do you guys think about the Baba Louie series? I want to get some questions in. Baba Louie, and then did you guys heard Cheetah what she said about that guy Jamel Barnes, you know. Tony Moore, what's happening? He's funny yeah, he is funny, man. If we can ever get his mic up, man. He just can't get his mic up. It's like you wrestling too hard to even hear him. Yeah, his Wi-Fi. What's up, Boss Claus? What up, Stanley, man? So yeah, what did you guys think about, some of the things Baba Louie was saying, especially when in regards to he said 25% were go-getters and 75% was cheerleaders. Then he gave his love to a few individuals that he grew up with. And then we had Cheetah. She was on there talking about Tookie, Stanley Tookie Williams the night of. And also, how Jamel Barnes went on liberal television news circuit and just started, talking in the way he was talking, which we all found interesting, being that he had such a long history with Tookie, you know, very long history. It just was interesting to see how all that stuff played out. I thought it was like, reflecting back on it, I thought it meant very difficult thing. I would have thought, but it seemed like the way he was speaking, like he didn't even know Tookie. Like him and Tookie was enemies. So what's you guys' thoughts on it? I wonder where the ball game is. He say smash them like buttons, being that he can't get in. I think Jamel is mentally not there no more. Yeah, I think so too. I believe that's one of his problems. But is that an excuse? Is that an excuse? I would think that they wouldn't even put him on to allow him to do, to make himself look like that. Because I remember him one way, and I don't never remember him acting like that. He was trying to alter the history. Yeah. Yeah, and he was trying to interject himself in the history like he was he was the top dog. You could detect some envy and jealousy there, but when you get into these things, a lot of people can stress that part, but as far as putting in work, a few people aren't built that way. You right, Stan, they're just not. They're just not. But I want you guys to look at these clips. I wanted to give you the opportunity to respond, though. That let me see. What is Blueface doing? Cool. Okay, we got another cat. Okay, what's up, Blueface? Hello? Blueface. I call him Blueface now because he don't want I don't left the blue eyes. He Blueface now.
Hey, see, hey, see. Always, always.
You gotta go get that mic fixed, bro.
Yeah, fuck the mic.
Because we can't hear nothing you saying.
Right.
But I want you guys to check this clip out, guys. This happened like a couple of weeks ago. Bunch of youngsters, they over in an area of Los Angeles, jumping out all on the boulevard, and what they're doing is antagonizing, and creating a situation that was never should have been there. I mean, it's like they roll up in these different neighborhoods and go live, and then they want to, yell all whatever they're yelling. And I think that's just unproductive to me. It just is. I don't see nothing positive coming from that. And here go another circumstance and situation. I want you to look at that. This happened in the CCB courthouse, and I took the volume in the the commentary behind the scenes out of it for the purpose that, you know, we wouldn't be embarrassing anybody or putting anybody out there. But I did want to show the clips to where these guys were really getting it in. They were just, you know, doing their thing and going at it. Police standing right there. What's obvious, everybody's going to jail. Everybody's going to have a case. And I don't know how they're going to deal with that, you know, because you got a case that you come maybe to court for someone in support. Now you wind up behind bars with another case. Let's see. We got Tony B. We got Tony B in the house. Let me bring him in. What's up, Tony?
Melly Mel, what's going on with you?
Man, everything, man. I'm glad your volume working, man, because Blue Face, Blue Eyes, or Blue Sky, or Blue Sunnydale, or whatever his name, man, Blue Ball Head, his stuff ain't working.
Oh,
man, he come up in there, he got that cricket, he got his Wi-Fi down at the cricket down at the corner store, the bodega or something.
Hey, it's that Connecticut Wi-Fi.
Yeah, man, but I wanted to highlight him because, you know, he just got off of probation, parole. He did over 16 years, you know, on probation, parole. He done that.
But he must have got a job. When you get a job, that's how you make that parole go away.
Man, Blueface don't do nothing but sit in the basement.
Look, well, he lucky then, because everybody always say if you on parole, you try to get that number back, man. You got to get a job, man. Job make days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years.
Exactly.
I like that. Ain't no such thing.
Yeah, he's sitting in the basement. Put your hat on, Blue Eyes. Put your Long Beach hat on, man, so everybody know where you from.
You got that LB hat.
Yeah, he got that LB. How you been though, Tony?
Man, you know, man, just trying to make it happen, man. Just like you, man, out here pulling that payment in that 18-wheeler, man. That's all.
Hey, man, I went through it in the last couple of weeks. Shout out to Stan, dude. Shout out to Stan the man. Stan the man. I passed all 5 tests, bro, thanks to you. He sent me all the material. I'm too loud?
You had to recertify or what?
Yeah, I had to renew.
Ooh,
I had renewed in like last time I done it was 2013.
Ooh.
So I forgot everything.
So no more just signing up and just you got to go in there and take the test all over again, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember the last time I did it, you know, you got to pass all the tests, and I kept failing one, end up having to pay that like that $100-something all over again and take them all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that too, man. So I know how that be, but ain't nothing wrong with refresh. At least they ain't making us go through all that stuff with the hazmat and everything, but you know how that go.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Stan the man for helping me out with that, man.
That's right. I see you post that little video up of the youngsters out there just acting up, man. But
yeah,
you know,
man, what you think about that, bro? What's your thoughts on that?
Man, that's the age we in right now when it comes to the social media and people just, you know, chasing that clout, chasing that attention and stuff, but not understanding that attention is going to bring you the wrong type of attention, you know, whether it be law enforcement, whether it be the streets, whatever it is. It's a different age. Like in our days, we was just trying to be quiet and not seen and do what we do. Now everybody want to be seen and not really thinking about the repercussions that come behind it.
That's why I say, Tony, the streets died the moment everybody got on the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they sign on it, they pulling up, man, you know, popping out, whatever, showing blowers on the internet, kicking over candles on the internet, you know, just everything is just outrageous, but, you know, everything is on the internet.
And it's a big trick that everybody's falling for because everybody is falling into that. You know, they want to be seen and they think that's the thing. And then, you know, the whole clout thing and, you know, going live and all that old stuff, man. I mean, how many times it's unfortunate, but how many times do you think about somebody going on live and actually getting popped while they on live?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's
don't happen a few times, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Just think about how many times you done seen that.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I know 2 of myself. The guy over there in Inglewood and another. and another guy I can't recall, but I remember two.
Two for sure, man. But
Yeah.
it's just like I don't see why these youngsters just don't be. And I won't even say this to youngsters because you got some cats at our age too that's out there just on the whole social media attention thing. They said social media messed it up because it gave everybody a voice and they gave everybody a platform, and everybody don't need this voice and need that platform. You know what I mean? Now you got people like yourself. You go on here with your positive message and your positive movement. You just able to amplify that being on social media. But it's hard because I know people will try to attack you sometimes.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all you trying to do is just do positive.
Yeah, and I try to understand because I even researched it because I came over to the brain may be done growing in size, but it doesn't finish developing or maturing until you in your mid-20s or close to your 30s. The frontal part of the brain called the frontal cortex.
Yeah.
The frontal cortex is the last region of the brain that develops. And that's where a lot of these guys, they don't, they're thinking, they're critical thinking and the skills that require for them to look beyond the surface or beyond what's in front of them. Because a lot of times, if you just relax, a lot of things that you think that's coming at you will really just go past you, not even meant for you, But some people have this energy, they just run into stuff,
I mean, when you think about the maturity level, you see what I'm saying? And sometimes I know it baffles me. It probably baffles you too that you can't understand how somebody can be this age, but their maturity level ain't where they need to be at.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're living in the 80s or they living in the 90s. The past is a place to learn from, not the place to live in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what Muhammad Ali say? A person that thinks the same 20 years in the future, you just wasted 20 years of your life. You know what I mean? Your mentality should change over the years. You should not have that same mentality as you did like at 40 years old as you did at 20 years old. You see what I'm saying? Where's the progress at? Where's the progress of your maturity? You see what I'm saying? Like most of the people that have been out there in the life, and then they go to the pen. Some of them don't even go to the pen. They just mature. They just look at things way differently now than what they did when they were younger. You see what I'm saying? And able to get that positive message. But, there is some that get to that age and they just don't mature. They have the same mindset they had in the 20s that they do in their 40s and 50s.
Exactly.
So
what say you, Blueface? He's still struggling.
He's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, that modern technology, boy, that modern technology ain't no joke, huh?
No, it ain't no joke, man. This not no joke, man.
But yeah, man, it's just the this technology.
You in the ATL?
Yeah, I'm in the ATL by way of California, San Diego. Ball game. That's my partner.
So what's going on? What can you say? Observable reality that you deal with out there. What do you see day to day in regards to the youth?
It's so wide open out here. You know what I mean? And I think it's just the same thing everywhere. Any kind of urban community, the youth don't really have that much guidance and direction. You see what I'm saying? So they just kind of just doing what they doing, and they dealing with their consequences on the back end, not understanding that you ain't always gonna get that second chance. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing out here. The youth out here, man, they had a party, I think about 2 weeks ago. It was just like some teenagers partying, and I guess some guys came that was some troublemakers or whatever, and a young girl and a young boy both got killed at a house party. Young teenage kids. You know what I mean? And it's just, where does it go from you want to have a good time and go to a house party to where people just get to shooting and just acting a fool? And don't get it wrong, like in our days in the 80s, house parties, it was dangerous. You know what I mean? You go to a house party, you could get caught up, but you would think like in 2023, kids going to a house party, and this wasn't even in the ghetto. This was like in the suburbs. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's just like, where do you get that guidance for these children to see a positive role model, or what you always say, critical thinking? You know what I mean? Critical thinking and conflict resolution. You know what I mean? And sometimes it won't even be a conflict. It's just going into the situation wanting to do something negative because you believe that's going to get you a certain type of recognition as a young person, not knowing
So,
that's about to end your
do you
freedom.
think they even recognize what de-escalation is, or they just overlook that altogether?
You know, a lot of it has to do with what's going on at home. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna blame it on the parents like that, because a lot of these parents is out here just working as hard as they can. You know, it done got so expensive out here. You know, it's taking 3 or 4 jobs to live out here like it is everywhere else. So if you're not there directly to be with those kids, to give them some kind of guidance, or just to even be talking to them, just to sit them down and be like, what's going on in your life? How did your day go? You see what I'm saying? They don't get that part of it, so they just get out there and just do whatever, and they just figuring life out basically by themselves to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, the schooling and what's going on at home, you know what I mean? The hustle and bustle will make it to where you don't have that time to be there hands on with your child.
True.
You know what I mean? Not using that as an excuse, but that's just the reality.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree. I definitely agree with that assessment. Yeah. So the work is still a lot of work that has to be done in our community, because I want everybody to understand that the ethnic identity of our people is not what people are perceiving to be, as far as in, you know, gang culture or whatever. That's just a small little fraction, you know. And I know it looks bad, you know. Shout out to the Platinum Carpet. Let me put him a link in the thing. I know it looks bad, man, but there's still hope, you know. It's just what I believe.
Yeah, you know, we got a long way to go. You know what I mean? We're coming from a place where a lot of what we're going through right now, we're learning. We're learning how to be parents. We're learning how to have a family structure. You know, we got to understand, not to try to take it there, but I'm going to take it there. You know what I mean? We were robbed of our culture, of our religion, of our language, of our diet. And we damn sure didn't know nothing about family and being a parent. So we just learning this stuff as we go. And then when we did have some kind of structure, like maybe in the 60s and 70s, they took certain things away from us. You know what I mean? So we had to start relying on them more. So now we're back to trying to figure it out.
Right.
Figuring out how, you know what I mean? Everybody can go back to the days in LA and even in San Diego, where black communities were thriving, when there was jobs and the factories and all that. I always hear them stories about when they were strong black families.
You know what I mean? Background more ball game. You got a lot of background noise, ball game.
You can still hear it?
No. Shout out to the
What's
ball
happening,
game
my brother
joining the chat.
Tone? What up, Tone?
Big bro, what's going on with you? What's going on with you?
Oh man, they out here, man. Lincoln Park, they had their day yesterday.
Yeah,
the coasters, they having their day today. Blue Eyes. You know.
Blue Eyes wilding, man. He having a party by himself.
Technical difficulties over there.
He need a technical assistant.
he need a tech advisor over there.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna stay on too long because I got my little brother over here. Come say what's up, man. So I got my little brother over here. So
what's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing well.
Okay,
man,
good, man. So how's things going down in the 619?
Oh man, you know what? You know, last night it was lit. The Lincoln Park boys had their day. It was green everywhere. You know what I mean? You know, and they deep. So I was in the dip yesterday. They deep today. The brothers from the west side, they doing their thing. They out there deep. San Diego lit tonight. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga don't get no ass tonight, he just a buster.
Long as they keep it on that page and it can be peaceful, get done peacefully without no violence.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Look at Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, I need some of what you. Blue Eyes, what's up, homie?
Shout out to Hawaii.
Look.
Blue Eyes in the dungeon right now, man. He putting on his
He look like Blue Eyes been drinking that moonshine, man. I love him to death. What's up, Eyes?
He acting like there's some snow going on up there. Some snow going up that way.
He got that's a World War I airplane pilot hat.
Hey Michelle, tell Michelle, hey Michelle, how you doing, baby? To all the mailroom goons, you know what I'm saying? Much respect, much respect.
Right on,
That's right.
man.
That's low.
Uncle
That's right.
Joe,
That's
what's
right.
that?
Anyway,
Yeah, man, we just, just trying to dialogue, streets are undefeated. Streets died moment everybody got on the internet,
the streets
and
definitely.
I was just talking about brain development, to why a lot of these young guys, they don't, it ain't the fact they don't know how to think, or they don't know, how to understand. They just don't know what thinking is because they emotionalize everything, But so they grew up with emotions, so they apply emotions to every situation, which is bad for the community because it has an impact on us all because they have a bad reaction to certain things.
Hey, Melly. Hey, can I tap in real quick?
Turn up your
Yes,
mic, all right? Tell him to turn up his mic.
I've been telling him that for about an hour.
Nah,
He been drinking motor oil or something, man.
real quick. Hey, so down in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying?
We trying to hear you, Blue Eyes. I can't hear you, homie. Yeah, Blue Eyes. We can't hear you, man. Speak up, man. And pass the spliff.
You said pass the spliff.
Yeah.
Man, y'all gonna make Blue Eyes fall out in the backyard.
But back to what you were saying, Melly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know how to regulate their emotions, big homie. You know what I mean? And me being a licensed, you know what I'm saying, social worker, therapist, clinical manager, case manager, and all that. Those are some of the things that we try to teach our clients is how to regulate your emotions, how to identify with your emotions, and how to understand what your vulnerabilities are and what your triggers are. A lot of these brothers that was gang banging back in the days, a lot of us, you got to sit back and think. A lot of us suffer from PTSD. You know what I mean? We don't know how to address those particular issues. So when we get upset, the first thing we want to do is shoot a motherfucker, kill a motherfucker.
I want you to look at this clip, ball game. I want you to look at this clip, man. This blew me away. Watch this clip right here. This is a situation that happened
at the court.
That was in Compton Courthouse, right?
No, downtown.
That was downtown?
Yeah.
And the police are standing there.
Yeah.
They scared to get into it. Oh, that's the full video. See, I didn't see this part. Oh, now he over there chunking them with the police.
Yeah, but this is how far this thing is going. You got people that's willing to get out in the courthouse, the BCB, what is it called? CBB or whatever it's called. Downtown courthouse.
Yeah, but that don't make no sense, man. That's just a bad representation of our people, man.
You see, that's so backwards to me, though. So you go into court to try to defend yourself, to prove your innocence, but you go down there and commit another crime that's pretty much proving that you about to be guilty. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense to me. And then you think about the fact that, do you think that you're gonna be able to go down to the courthouse, quote unquote, see an enemy is on site, and ain't gonna be no consequences behind that?
Hey, I got a gang story to tell.
Well, look, Tone, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Back in the days when my homeboy TC got killed, this was in '84. The homies did the same thing downtown, man.
And like I say, you can do whatever you do, but you can't do it and expect there not to be a consequence behind it. That's where what Melly was talking about earlier. The way to rationalize things and understand the consequences behind what you about to do. You see what I'm saying? And then get in there and get to crying about, oh, I'm sorry, and can I get another chance? And I didn't mean to. Obviously, you didn't care, and you didn't mean to do it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you in a courthouse? You think how much time they're gonna get for that?
You got to be
I don't even know
How
who
you
that
hard in
is.
them streets? You need to be just as hard as proving your innocence to them
Yeah,
DAs.
So we can
yeah,
bring
yeah.
You know,
It
You
ain't
know
nothing to
what? But
prove.
Get Mary Mel.
yeah, but this is the thing. I want to go back to what you just said, Tone. You know, one
Hey, we already
thing
know
that one thing that I've seen with courthouse drama is that the judges normally the DAs normally don't file no charges due to the because people emotions are high. They understand that people are, somebody got killed, somebody got hurt, people are feeling a certain way. That's why when you see somebody rush somebody in the courtroom, you will hear the disclaimer later on that the district attorney dropped charges, didn't press charges, for the contempt because of A, B, C, and D.
But
You
what
know
you're
what I'm
talking about
saying?
is something totally different, though.
that.
Well, no,
they was in
it's
the
the same.
hallway ball game.
Yeah, but that ain't emotions run high there too.
Okay.
But if your emotion is running high because you quote unquote again see an enemy, and it's supposed to be your duty to take off on that enemy on sight. Come on now. Now maybe we don't know. Maybe it's a situation where somebody is going to court and they see somebody else that was going behind the death of somebody else or something like that, and they just see this person. They know they have something to do with it. They feel they have something to do with it, and they just wanted to react off of that. But at the end of the day, think about how they're gonna look at that. You in there endangering innocent people. Could be kids in there. Could be old, elderly people and all that. And you run around fighting, swinging, bumping into people and all kind of stuff. They're gonna say you was endangering the public, right?
Well, like I said, whatever the charges they bring, that's just what whoever the brothers and sisters was that was acting the way they was acting inside that court, inside that hallway, they're gonna have to deal with that. My thing is, I'm still talking about I still want to get back to the original content of what Melly was saying, is that's a prime example of us as a people not knowing how to regulate and control our emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Especially at a time where we need to, because that was no place. That was no place. I hate to see that. I hate to see that had happened and that them brothers and sisters was in there doing the things that they were doing, man. Because for me, I still look at us as a people as a whole. You dig what I'm saying? So I still feel, that whatever I do nowadays, I still feel my actions is a representation of our people, man. We got to do better. You dig what I'm saying? Some of y'all might feel different, but I always try to conduct myself, you dig what I'm saying, like a gentleman, like the educated man that I am. You understand what I'm saying? Because the society has already painted a fucked up stereotype of us as black men as it is, and I'm not going to subject myself or anybody else around me to those fucked up stereotypes. I'm doing everything I can to knock that shit out the water, because them pink toes can kiss my ass.
I mean, it's that lead by example, right?
Goddamn right.
Yeah, lead by example.
Right. But we see all that. That's all about
Shout out to
trying
the
to
boss
secure
club.
that reputation. That's all about trying to have that reputation built up in the hood. Showing that I'm down to get down anywhere. Anywhere, anytime anytime I cross the path with an enemy, it's on sight. And I think ball game, you said that when I was trying to tap in. But we gotta, if we know better, we do better. And a lot of times we don't know better.
Life has a fun way
And
of
then other
teaching us
times,
all, bro.
I agree with you.
right? And then other times we make a conscious decision not to do better because we know the consequences of our actions. I know if I'm in there trying, on another case, and I get down with a fool in the hallway, I'm just adding more charges to my docket now. That's another court case I'm gonna have to go up in there for. Another charge I'm gonna have to fight. But again,
How do you defend that too when you're in court?
And not only that,
Right.
you dig what I'm saying? How you gonna bring character witness in to the court to vouch for you when you acting like this in the fucking hallway?
And all they gotta do is press play. You know what I'm saying? Because wherever you go, everybody's gonna have a camera phone out.
Yeah.
That's the first thing
So
they're
here go
gonna
another
do.
situation I
is try
want
to
y'all to
report,
react to. Here go another situation right here. This situation is happening on the street right in LA. Bunch of guys pull up, jump out, shouting whatever they shouting,
The little
antagonizing,
homies.
intimidation, takeover
Little
traffic
homies,
type
little
style
homies,
stuff.
little homies.
You
That's
know,
the little homies. They, you know, if they really want to make some noise, though, they go down to Slauson with it or go up to Manchester with it. You know, going right there on Florence and Crenshaw, it's hit or miss. But if they really want to make some noise and get the attention they're looking for, they go,
I was
you
about
know,
to
north
say,
of there or south of there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because how many
right.
times when we were younger, when we was trooping to another, you know, to another section, you know, we went right to where they were at. It wasn't just, you know, pull up a few blocks away. You know, nah, we go right where we know they at, you know, hooting and hollering, making our noise, making our presence felt, and then, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Getting down where you mad at.
Right, exactly,
You know.
exactly. So, in my opinion, nah, they weren't looking for nothing. They, you know, that's a bad look. That look
that's
foolish.
why I say before handguns, we had fair ones.
Hmm.
Well, you know what? You know what? You know what?
Mark,
That T-shirt. Somebody sent me. Somebody sent me that T-shirt before we had guns. We had fair ones, and it's upstairs. But I put that T-shirt in a frame
Uh-huh.
because that's one of the coldest phrases that I done heard in a long time. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And back in the early '80s, that's what we did. Like Klaus was saying, we would, you know, we're gonna pull up to where you at. And before we did these, then we can call out 2 or 3 people. I need a heads up with you. I need a heads up with you.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And what's happening? But these young brothers nowadays, like you said, just from that last clip that Melly just showed, you know what I'm saying? They knew where to pull up at. They knew that was a safe zone for them. You understand what I'm saying? You know,
But then, you know, they say, you know, like in our days, you know, 70s or 80s, you know, people knew how to shoot them from the shoulders. Now they don't know how to shoot them from the shoulders no more. They just want to get down with the gunplay. Not understanding when you get behind the walls, ain't no guns up in there, so you're gonna have to shoot them from the shoulders, or you're gonna PC up. One of the
Right.
two. You know what I mean?
Right. Or come with that Kisu, you know. But I mean, look at it. Nowadays, the only time they fighting is when they go behind the walls in the county, you know, up in Wayside, you know, before they get to the pen. You know what I mean? As soon as they get to the module, they see somebody they gotta, you know, they gotta line them up with.
that part.
You know, so may as well, you know, may as well go on and get the fisticuffs up, right? You know, get the fisticuffs on point before you get up in there.
But I seen a lot of these. Not a lot of, you know, not a lot of these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you said, Tom, a lot of these brothers, they don't know how to get out. They don't know how to get down these days. They don't know how to keep their chin tucked. They don't know how to slide off. They don't even know how to use their feet or their elbows.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
but part of what
Right.
part of when we came up, we had to, you know what I mean? That was part of the protocol. You know what I mean? Did you know how to chunk them? You know what I mean? To even be a part of this. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, to get out there and just say, okay, I got this so-called name or whatever, and you ain't never did nothing from the shoulders, you know, okay, you're a shooter, but like I say, you ain't gonna be able to have that gun all the time. So what you gonna do when it's time to do that? So like what you were saying,
Right.
when they get to the county and they got to get them up, are they even willing to even get them up? Because they ain't never had a fight really. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All their confidence came from having that thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
So it's
Get behind
a
the
difference.
walls and get toe out the frame.
That part right there.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Because you're right, Tone. That's the first thing the big homies made sure that we could scrap. You know, as long as we can go for the shoulders, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's how real respect was earned.
Yeah, you know, it's a different time now. You know what I mean? It ain't like it the way it used to be. And you know, they say the game is just totally different now. The game is messed up. You know, and a lot of them say that it's messed up because they didn't have the guidance there. You know, there's a certain people that feel like there was a certain group from our age frame that was locked up during that time, and then the kids was left at home with no guidance, so they came up just trying to do it how they thought it was supposed to be done.
But see, we got to call BS on that too, because not all the OGs was locked up back then. You know, you still had OGs that from the hood that never been to the pen. Maybe did some family time, but never been to the pen, so they was still around. You know, throughout those eras. You know.
Yeah.
I want to let y'all see this clip, and this clip is from Baba Louie. I want y'all thoughts on
Got a
this.
quick question. What are most of these hood comprised of when you look at them in totality?
Man, for everybody who's listening, please don't forget this. In all gangs, don't matter where you from, all right? There's always going to be a short few that lead everybody, give them strength. But remember this, baby. Gang members and gang banging, they consist of 25% serious motherfuckers that's really doing it, and 75% cheerleaders. Which one are you?
Lock the door.
Woo, woo, woo.
Was that
A
true?
lot of people that ain't gonna like that. A lot of people ain't gonna like that.
Yeah, because the cheerleaders, they know who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You
if
know,
they
and a hit
holler,
dog
they
gonna
gonna know
bark.
who they are, right? If they holler.
Right. Right.
Yeah, boy.
But that
Right.
was a
A
true
hit dog
statement.
gonna bark.
Yeah. I mean, but what do you think
Yeah,
about the
well.
people that say that everybody from the hood, everybody from the neighborhood has their own role to play? You know what I mean? This is
That's
the
true.
shooter. This is the hand guy. This is the money maker. You know what I mean? This is the
Right.
I don't
That's
know
the
if you want to call
jacker.
it that's the jacker. You know what I mean? You know, everybody, like, do you believe that everybody got their own part, or do you believe everybody should kind of be?
I would go for that if it was like collective bargaining. Like we came to the table and say, okay, man, you a hand guy, stick to that. You steal cars, stick to that. Dude, you a shooter, stick to that. But they don't collective bargaining on those positions. You know what I mean? You find
Gotcha.
out
Yeah.
that as you go. You don't find out initially that this dude ain't gonna do what he do. This dude ain't gonna do this, and this dude. You don't find that out until when the car gets to going.
It's just funny that Melly put up that clip, because I just got off the phone with my brother Melly Mel, and he was telling me about a scrap that he had down in Mission Valley, and that he had 3 homies in the car. He said he getting down with a couple of people, and when he look up, the 3 other brothers are still in the car watching him get down. See, those are the cheerleaders.
Yeah,
they throwing
Right.
Going up to this, they doing this and they doing that at the when they safe, when they at the park and they in their safe zone. But then when you venture out and it's time to get down, you dig what I'm saying? And I've seen it before my damn self. You know, where you look at somebody, you be like, well, damn. And I'm the type of person, because let me tell you, Tone, why a lot of the homies in the set really be pissed at me. Because I call them out. Dude, you's a buster. Use a, you know what I'm saying? They like, dude, I know you. I've been knowing you for 30 years. I know that you ain't never had a heads up fight. You dig? I know that you ain't never kicked up no dust. You dig what I'm saying? All you did was hide up under that 25% that Baba Louie is talking about. You dig what I'm saying? You hid up under that particular rock. Tossed up the set, probably got your little money and all that old type of stuff in the set, and ain't never did nothing outside those boundaries. Now, those people, I'm not going to just mash them. Hey, if it wasn't in you, it wasn't in you. You did what I'm saying? But at the same, let me just make one point, Melly. But at the same time, when it's time to talk about the history of your neighborhood, don't talk about no banging. Especially if that wasn't you, because I got homies right now that's talking about the history of the set and banging, and ain't none of them ever banged.
Well, what about this one? And not to glorify any of the banging stuff, but what about the days when if I get jumped and you ran, when we got back to the neighborhood, you was getting tipped up, or same thing.
Tone. When I got jumped in 2000 by 20 dudes, one of the 2 cats that was with me got out, and the other one locked the doors of the truck. So when they got back to his section, they whooped his ass for making them all look bad.
And that's what that was supposed to happen.
Look, it wasn't even from your section, and he still got disciplined, huh?
Yup. We went back to his section and got disciplined by his people. Because everybody saw him, was like, hold on, where was you at?
They gonna ask
what are you doing?
What would you do?
Because they see his one homeboy getting down, clear as day. But where are you at? Wasn't you there? Where were you at?
And I got the talk back in the day. They told me, they said, look, if you somewhere and y'all outnumbered and y'all about to get jumped and get your ass beat, you might as well just go ahead and get it over with now, because if you don't, you're gonna get your ass beat when you get back. So you might as well just go ahead and get it over with then. That's what they told me.
Right.
So it was like, if you're gonna get your ass beat regardless, so you might as well just get it over with.
In other
with
words,
the rest of
you damn if you do, you damn if you don't.
No, because if you get down with your peoples and you make sure that, I stood tall, we got whooped together, you're gonna get your respect. He ain't no punk. He didn't run. He didn't leave me for the dead.
What I mean, if you run, what I'm saying, Tone, if you run, you damned if you do, you damned if you not. So you might as well not be damned and handle your business. And then when you get back to the set, the homies will nurse your wounds, and they'll be like, okay, my brother, you did what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? Much respect. Go ahead, Klaus.
9 times out of 10, when you get back to the hood and you ain't get down with your homies, it's gonna be way worse for you.
Way worse. Yeah. So don't be scared about getting your ass whooped. You're gonna get that regardless. If it's more than it is of you, you're gonna get your ass kicked now, you're gonna get your ass kicked later. You might as well get it over with. Just do it now.
There ain't one person in the history of game banging, I don't think, that can't say that they ain't got their ass tipped up at one. A motherfucker hit me in the back of the head with a golf club. I ain't never been knocked out. Blah! I woke up like, what the fuck? I thought I had a stroke. And the homie said, man, nigga just hit me in the back of the head with a golf club. You know what I'm so and a lot of us is some tough. I'm a tough motherfucker. I scrap with anybody. A King Kong, I don't give a damn. You dig what I'm saying? But there ain't one motherfucker in the history of this game banging that's gonna sit up here and say that they ain't never got their ass whooped, they ain't never got faded. I done been stabbed, I got shot where I couldn't even move my arm. This motherfucker was dangling, I had to hold it up. And there's nobody in this history of this game banging that's going to be able to come on here or any other platform and say that they ain't been whooped on at least one time.
But think about this though. We having this conversation right now. How come these youngsters didn't have that same conversation given to them? That's where I'm confused at. Like, damn, like they didn't tell. Oh, okay, yeah.
But again, some of us don't like to listen. You know what I mean? I can say in my case, with a lot of shit that I was doing back in the day, when the homies got at me when I was out of pocket, I chose what to listen to and what I didn't want to listen to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I paid the consequences for it. But I knew what was coming.
I don't believe that, bro.
Nah, Big U ain't undefeated. I don't think so. Now
I remember dude, man, he threw a right? He threw a right and he kind of faded it. But when he threw the right, he wasn't intending for the right to hit me. What he meant was to cover that leg that was coming up behind that right throwing and kick me straight right across the temple. Man, knocks me silly, man.
Damn.
Knocks me silly, man. I felt like one of the cartoons with the stars going around, looking around like
But look, man, but see, and that's the thing, when you win this thing, man, you got brothers who gonna tell the truth. You can't in this thing we call social media, man. You know what I'm saying? We can glorify when we tip somebody up, when we did the busting, when we was the ones who was inflicting it. But motherfucker, can you come on here and say, well, you know what? I remember one time I got tipped up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like we're scared to do that because that's going to take points away from us. It's like this thing is on a point system. And it really messes with the pride and ego because now I think that they're gonna start clowning me about getting my ass whooped. And again, who hasn't? Who hasn't? A real man can sit up there and say,
man, don't throw rocks and hide your hand now.
Yeah,
right.
And that's just being more real. You know what I mean? And I look at it like this: if you do got that reputation of never taking an L, that means there's a bigger target on your back because somebody want to have the rights to say, had the bragging rights to say, I was the first one to give him that L. You see what I'm saying?
We all seen Billy the Kid when them old westerns when the gunslinger came looking for the fastest draw. They kept coming. They didn't stop coming.
Yeah, they didn't stop coming.
Right.
Yeah, real shit. Yeah. Now, Melly, Melly, did you see that did you see that video of the brother that did an interview? He was a former LAPD officer, and he was just talking about how they did him and how he quit the force and all that. Did you get to check out that one yet?
No, I heard about it, but I didn't check it out.
Oh man, I saw it today, man. You ought to check that out, man.
Yeah, I sent it. That's why I told you to check it out.
Send it to me. Send it to me, ball game. You got it?
Young. Send it to him, Tone.
I don't know how to get it to him. I ain't got his number. How do I send it to I think I sent it to
what platform was it on?
It was on. It was the sister. Her sister was interviewing him.
It's a what's name called Comedy Hype, and it ain't no jokes about it. They just be having real interviews with real people.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Do you have either of those?
Yeah, I got both of those. Yeah. I think I got you on Instagram.
I'm a hood postman on Instagram and Melly Gibson on Facebook.
I'm gonna shoot it to you on Instagram because I know I got you on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about an hour-long interview, man. But he was just breaking so much stuff down. But he was breaking it down from the point of
he might get killed behind it. Not to cut you off, Tone. They might be plotting to do him because he exposed some shit, man. And go ahead, Tone.
It was like, okay, like the average person, when the police is doing particular type of stuff, we don't know what our rights is. Him being a police officer, he know exactly what their rights is, but at the same time, he knows the protocol because he was telling them, if I told you this, you ain't supposed to be doing that. But they try to make it seem like they can do. But he's like, look, they even tried to tell him they didn't even believe he was a real police officer, and his police ID was under his regular ID, and they looked at it talking about, well, that might could be a fake ID. So they just kept hemming him up. Yeah, it's deep, man. And then he just talked about certain shit that they do that they're trained. They're supposed to be trained to do this, but they're doing that instead. Even like right now in this day and age.
Yeah, because they see color. They see color.
That's exactly what he was talking about. That's exactly what he was talking about, man. It's a good interview, man. I'm gonna shoot it to you.
But he also expressed that these police officers are actually scared of us.
Oh yeah.
You know. And the punk motherfucker should be if they didn't have on that badge.
Yeah, I mean, he showed about how it was situations where he de-escalated the situation where his partner didn't want to. They was trying to go somewhere else with it. You know what I mean?
They say
crazy
that
you know how you say they're afraid of us. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, I was just reading something from the comments. My brother, it just said that Big U said on Kev Mack that some brother El Jefe said Big U said it on Kev Mack, and he wasn't joking that he was on. You know, Big U might be undefeated. He might be. Who knows? But that that it's just hard for me. It's just hard for me to in this thing we call game banging. You know, he might got a lot of wins, but somewhere down the line, I believe everybody is taking the L. I'm not saying Big U did. You know what I'm saying? But
well, I guess I can't say that he took an L, but he did say that one time when he was at that club and them Samoans jumped him. He took an L that night, and he said he knew it. He said, "I knew I was going to take an L."
And Swanee Fly, you dig what I'm saying? Swanee Fly, from Black P Stones, him and you was going back and forth. Who got who on that bus when they had that scrap on that bus riding down Crenshaw? You did what I'm saying? And they was going back and forth like who won that fight, and they was both looking at each other. Swanee was like, nah.
Swanee Fly for Bloodstone Villains.
Yeah, for Bloodstone Villains. Swanee was like, nah, nigga, Big U. You know what happened that day? You know what I'm saying? So everybody, like I say, man, everybody. At least for me, I took it. I took a couple of L's. You dig what I'm saying? But they were hard fought L's. The motherfuckers who I took that L against, they don't want to see me again.
I mean, but do you call getting jumped taking an L though? You see what I mean? Some people be like,
I got hit.
I do too. Yeah.
You can't call that an L. If it's a head up, then yeah, if it's a head up and you got the best of me, that's an L. I gotta hold that. But if you jump at me, because a lot of people try to throw that shit about me in my face. Oh, they whipped your ass. You know. Well, hell, it was 20 of them. They're supposed to.
They're supposed to. Yeah.
You know, they're supposed to.
You ain't Bruce Lee.
Right. I ain't stand a snowball chance in hell.
Yeah, you ain't Bruce Lee and Fist of Fury.
Like let you fade 20 dudes or try to fade 20 dudes. Try to save 5 dudes. Let me see how you fare.
That part.
You know, because most of us could barely handle one.
Let me rephrase taking an L. The time I got shot from the back. The time I got stabbed from the back. The time I got busted in the head with that golf club, it was from the back. The time I got down with these brothers at the Zap concert, it was about 7 or 8 of them. You know what I mean? And I was able to walk out the club too, and I did a little clacking that night. And yeah, now that you say that, Klaus, I don't think I ain't never really took one from just here. But I done been
right. I'm taking my fair share.
yeah.
You know, I was able to learn from them too. Yeah, I was able to learn from them too.
The name of this room was The Streets Are Undefeated. And why I say that, because the streets are undefeated. There's multiple individuals that have been defeated, but the streets in itself has defeated us all. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what's the name of your set, how many people in it. The streets is undefeated when it comes to that, because everybody has lost individuals that they thought they shouldn't have lost, and there's nothing we can do to bring them back. So where do we draw the line and begin to mend and heal the city and figure out something different? Because the course we taking, we ain't gonna never get together.
I mean, it got to do with platforms like this, where we're talking about, you know, where we didn't come out in the end on top when it comes to all this. You know what I mean? And there's no 401k in this. There's no retirement in this. There's none of that. You know what I mean? And then when you go to the origins of it, like a lot of people don't get to the origins. You go to the origins of it, it wasn't meant to be what it is right now.
Right, because that's what I'm telling you. My soul is on a budget. I cannot afford stress, envy, negative vibes, doubt, or deceit. I can't afford none of that.
Yeah.
Not at the age I am now, you know, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah. But just having the mindset to put a message out there and talk. Like, is there any young individual that can't come to Melly right now and ask for some advice as a young man that they want to try to you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I got plenty.
Yeah, so that's your you doing what you're supposed to do right now. You're playing your role right now as somebody that's a positive influence, trying to do something different. You learn from your mistakes. You've seen it happen. You've seen the origins of this. You know what I mean? You've seen where it started from and where it's at right now. You see ain't no happy ending to it. Right. So you say, you know what? I'm going to go on here. I'm going to speak to people. I'm going to start my own platform on social media, let people come on and talk about it. As long as they're talking about the positivity, man, wide open. You see what I'm saying?
Right. You know,
I think that's
and then y'all see what's going on in the NBA.
Dewan, do I think that the American black people, let me tell you something, Dewan. The United States citizens got more guns than all the other countries put together. I'm talking about the citizens. Because the way this country was built, the First Amendment right, the bear arms, this country is armed to the teeth, bro. Ain't no doubt in my mind, if somebody try to hit the shores of wherever beach they coming, it's gonna be a bunch of brothers, it's gonna be a bunch of Mexicans, it's gonna be a bunch of Asian and white boys down there waiting on them. Trust and believe that.
Melly, I'm here in Istanbul. Everybody heated up out here. Everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And at any given night, you'll hear a few people on a couple blocks just letting off in the air, just letting off. They're not shooting at anybody. They're just letting off. You know, one night I went out to, you know, on a phone call and smoked a cigarette, and they had just finished busting. I live in an affluent neighborhood here. You know, they just finished busting. Let off about 8 or 9 rounds outside the complex. And I get out here and I'm walking outside, man, 3 rounds right there in the ground. You know, 3 rounds. Where you at? You know what I mean? Istanbul, Turkey. It's 5 a.m.
Woo! Wow,
yeah, it's 5 a.m. They look. Everybody here has a weapon. Everybody, from the handguns, the pistols, to the automatics. You know what I mean? To the assault rifles. They all got it.
Where you at? Where you at?
Istanbul,
I'm in
Turkey.
Istanbul, Turkey.
Where's that? Where's that?
Turkey.
I'm right here. Turkey. I'm right here at the bottom of the Black Sea. Syria. Syria, Lebanon, Iran, Iraq is right here, Albania,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
shit, they got
Bulgaria,
grenades.
Greece.
Yeah, they get shit. You motherfuckers got grenades. Yeah, well,
Whew.
yeah,
They
PDs
shit
and
on
all
some
that.
whole different.
Yeah.
They
So you
on some whole different shit out here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But like I was saying, they not gunning after you. I can walk down here safely. I ain't got to look over my shoulders. When I'm walking down the street, thinking that somebody gonna jump out and recognize me and dump me out. They don't get down like that. Their shit is all based on politics. It's based on politics. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? Our shit,
Politics and
street
religion.
politics. And
Politics
religion.
and
And religion.
religion.
And see, everybody think because I'm in Turkey, they hear Turkey, they know it's a Muslim country, they automatically, assume that they're terrorists. So hell nah,
Yeah.
Turkey's its own entity. That's the neighboring countries that get, they got certain, sectors that mess with it, but they not about that
They
out
got rocket launchers in your hood.
here. They might. I ain't seen one yet,
And
but
let me ask you this
I can
question.
walk around here safely. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. Do the other governments make it hard for you to come back to the States?
Man, the states make
reason
it
I
hard
ask
for me to
that-
come back to the States.
The reason I ask that is because I got a homeboy from Skyline who's a Muslim, and he's in Iran right now. He ended up going to Iran and becoming an Iran citizen, and I don't
That's
think
why.
they allow. That's why.
That's why. Yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, they
That's
gonna make it real
yeah,
difficult
that's
for
why
him.
right there. Yeah, that's why.
You
That's
know
the
what I'm
only
talking
reason
about.
right there.
Yeah,
That's the
you
only
gotta
reason
get
they're doing it.
because some places you can get dual citizenship. I heard about Roy Jones. He said he got dual citizenship in Russia and in America. He'd be back and forth, like training over there, training fighters, and then coming back over to America. So I guess if you do it like that, you can. But if you ain't getting a dual citizenship, I think you might have a problem.
Yeah, but Roy got other resources. Roy
He
probably
got a celebrity behind him.
He got celebrity behind him. Putin probably love him. You dig on? I would like to chunk them heads up with Putin though.
Yeah.
I'd like to catch a fade with him. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna let you get near him. And Putin's a martial artist.
Is he?
I
Damn.
still like to chunk him with him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send
Putin's a
blue
black
eyes
belt.
over there on him.
You know?
Yeah. Putin on some mafioso type stuff too, boy.
I'm gonna send blue eyes
Yeah.
over there on Putin.
Yeah, Russian is mafia. That's all they is. Yeah.
Yup. Yeah, they are.
Hey, but look, check this out,
Like
man.
when I lived in China, right? And I lived in China for a gang of years. And even though it's a communist country, I felt safer over there than I did in America.
Did you?
I always, yeah.
Man, that's gangster
Oh,
shit. Okay.
without a doubt. Because in Shanghai, the police don't even have weapons. They got that baton and a whistle. But
That's
the laws are such that you don't even want to go to jail out there because it's going to be a living hell for you. You know what I mean? So the citizens, they're gonna abide by them laws, and the majority of the time, the foreigners are too. Otherwise, they're gonna find out the hard way. But I always feel safer in other countries than I do in my own home.
A couple of them countries over there, they still be caning folks. They strip your neck and put that bamboo cane on your naked butt.
Taiwan,
yeah, Singapore.
Singapore, yeah.
And then some countries they still stone you.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. Before because I'm gonna get on. I got my baby brother here, man, and this is the thing, man. I want to get back to emotional regulation just to talk about what we were really talking about. Is that we as a people, we have to start realizing that we suffer from certain conditions that we need to seek help for. We've always shied away from therapy and all these types of things, but I am an advocate of therapy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm an advocate of go seek help for whatever your problems are. You dig what I'm saying? Learn what they are. I'll be able to identify what they are, understand what your vulnerabilities are. You dig what I'm saying? And then come back to your neighborhoods and start teaching your homeboys the same things that you've learned and some of the things that you understand about yourself. You dig what I'm saying? I started understanding that I was suffering from PTSD. I was suffering from it so bad that couldn't nobody stand behind me. You dig what I'm saying? I had anger issues behind it, rage. You know, I was a danger to my community.
Let me ask you a question, ball game, even Melly too. What do y'all think? Y'all think that conflict resolution should be taught in the classroom to the youth?
Absolutely.
Yes, I think so.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
De-escalation,
You know what I'm saying?
conflict resolution, and emotional management.
Emotional management. That's
Hey,
a
ball
good one.
game.
Yes,
Ball
sir.
game.
Yes, sir.
But, you know, coming up in the 80s, you know, what I was told, what we were told most of the time was what happened in this house, stay in this house.
Oh yeah.
And so we were forced to hold all that in, you know, and in most cases, we took it out on our peers out in the street.
What happened right here? This is what it all come down to right here, right there. Just lining up, dropping to go ahead and shoot each other, dropping the hole. That's what it all come down to.
Let's get it. Brooklyn crunk shit. Money.
That's all we've been doing since 1969 to now. That's what's been happening right there. Just go ahead, line up at the graveyard, and just take each other out.
So what about the people that would like to go back to the origins of before, like the original meaning behind it? You know what I mean? When they talked about how, as far as black gangs went, it was something that defended the neighborhoods against the white gangs. What do you say to the people that bring up that point?
Well, there was a time I was around in that era. I saw that, you know, and I believe that's what we should be, you know.
So basically,
that was a time when we went to the store for the old ladies on the block, helped them across the street, cut their lawn, did all that, you know.
Right.
So we gotta understand when we talk about and we criticize the whole things of the gang culture and all that. That's kind of like, I call it cutting the weeds, right? When you cut the weeds, it just grows back. But when you get to the root of it and you pull the root of the weed out, it ain't gonna come back. That's what it has to go to when we start talking about the gangs in general, right? We got to definitely denounce that. We got to definitely denounce the genocide, but we got to talk about this wasn't even the original purpose that it came into play. It came into play because we had to defend ourselves in our neighborhoods, because at that time in the 60s, we didn't even have rights. You know what I mean? White people could do whatever they wanted to do, come in your house and rape your wife and your kids and steal your stuff and go. You can't go to the police because they were the police. You see what I'm saying? So it originated from that. And just like, you know, the brother Bone had, you know, when he had the documentary Bastards of the Party, after the political party of the Black Panthers, you know what I mean? So we could talk about where we are right now and everything in between. But if we talk about the beginning of it, where it all originated from and what we really, really needed to do, and if we can actually go back to those type of things where, okay, we're not with this genocide, we're with protecting our communities, we're with actually doing, like you said, you know, helping out the elderly, you know what I mean, protecting the kids, even feeding the people in the neighborhood and the families in the neighborhood that don't have food, you know what I mean?
Man,
we can go back to that.
The Spook Hunters was on in Huntington Park, Southgate, Downey, stuff like that, right? And they would come over the tracks. On the east side of the tracks was like Watts and the west side of Compton. There was no black people during that time on the east side of Compton. But they would come over them tracks and attack black people. Then they run back over the tracks. And then if the blacks try to go over the tracks to go after them, then the police will be there waiting on you.
See what I'm saying? See? So we had to come together to protect ourselves in our neighborhoods from the people coming over there and doing what they were doing to us. So it wasn't the original aspect of it was not something negative. It just turned into a negative, and it wasn't just because of that. It was because
you got law enforcement, right? Law enforcement now regretting locking up the early leaderships for the Pyrus and the Crips, because had they left them in place, it might have been something different than what it is today. Because just think about it. All the top leaderships by by 72, 73, they were all in jail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, he is.
And then that other era was ushered in, and they didn't have a whole lot of information, you know, because when I was 13, I mean, I was there, I saw them, but I wasn't allowed to listen what Tookie and all them were talking about. We had to stand on the outside, you know.
I mean, even when the Black Panthers and the US organization, when they were dismantled.
Yeah,
you see what I'm
United
saying?
States.
Yeah, think about when they were when they got they were infiltrated, but think about when they were around and the movement that they were pushing. You see what I'm saying? They said that's when the true leadership ended. Yeah, and the unity ended. You see what I'm saying?
But at
so
the
it's
same
like
time, you know, you got to think about the police. They attacked our leadership. They knew one thing that I can tell you about these pink toes. Let me tell you something about these devils, man. They know you got to cut off the. Don't laugh, Blue Eyes. I ain't talking about you, homie. What I'm saying is, one thing about these motherfuckers, man, is that they know if you cut off the head, you dig what I'm saying. The rest of the body, if you cut off the head, everybody else, you dig what I'm saying? And that's what they did, and they did it systematically. But we wasn't conscious at the time about what they were doing. Mm-hmm. See, nowadays, it'll make it much harder for them. Let's say we restarted some of these movements. We can make it much harder for them to apply those particular tactics and strategies. Why? Because now we're educated. We know what they did. We know what to look for. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna you ain't gonna come and give me 20 pounds of cocaine and say go push this in your community. I'm gonna tell you fuck you, because now I'm not gonna push this shit to my people. I don't give a fuck about the money.
Right.
But is it enough of us with that mindset that you're speaking of right now?
That's the real question.
So
that's the real challenge.
One of the things that I try to get enough people right here. Look at this. Agenda. This is one of the things I try to get them is wealth, right? Reading daily, setting goals, compliments, embracing change, forgive, talk about ideas, and continuously learn to, take personal responsibility. These are average thinkers, people that watch TV, never set goals, criticize, fear change, hold on to grudges, talk about people, and think they know it all. And they don't take responsibility for their own failures. So this is part of the two sides that thinking that we have in our community. So we gotta correct. In order for the truth to come in, we gotta first take the lies out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And go to the root of the problem,
man. Hey, check this out to my most beloved panel. Check this out, man. I love you, brothers, every last one of y'all, man. I gotta get off this horn. Tone. Hey, Melly, me, Tone, and Suzette, we doing the platinum carpet tomorrow night, man. If you want to come on for a little while.
Okay, we can do that. What time?
We're gonna do it on Facebook. We're gonna discuss a time. I'll text you and let you know.
Okay, good enough. Appreciate it.
Because Tone and Suzette is 3 hours away from us.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be ready.
So let me go, man. I got to go to Guitar Center because I got to go pick up some equipment for my drum set, for my kit. And then I got baby bro sitting here soaking up this game. So let me go, man. I love you guys.
Who's that, Moshe?
Huh?
Moshe?
Oh, no, my daughter, she took her little ass to the jacuzzi. You know what I mean? I think something about her. I just think she tried. My daughter, man, she's something else. She act just like me, man. So I got all I got to do, man. My mother wished one on me, and it's her. You know what I mean? So I got to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? But me and baby bro about to head to Guitar Center, man, and kick it and enjoy the rest of the night, man.
Shout out to the ball game, man.
I wish everybody well. Everybody in the chat, all the mail, hit that like and subscribe button, man. You know what I mean? And I wish everybody well. I love you, brothers. Blue Eyes, man. You need to get you a technician, Blue Eyes, because we need to hear from you, homie. And I need you to send me some of that moonshine through the mail, man. Whatever that shit you drinking, I need some of it. And I love y'all, man.
Be safe. Be well.
All right, big bro. Be safe, big bro. Hit me up.
All right.
I will. I'm gonna hit you up, Tone.
Peace, ball gang.
Shout out to the ball gang, y'all. Yeah, Blue Eyes, you gotta get together, man.
Frost, you got to go into your settings, look down. Now that you on the panel, look down, hit the more where it says more, the 3 buttons down there, and go to your audio.
I'm live and
Go to your
direct.
audio and adjust your mic because it's too low.
I'm live and direct.
Oh, now we can hear you.
What's the topic? I'm live and direct.
What up, Frost? You got to start whispering, homie.
Hey. I talk low because I speak high.
LBC Frost.
I talk low, but I speak high. Yeah, man. Salute, man. Hey, man,
Okay, Frost. We see you, boy. You go from outside to the basement to the backyard to in the house. You done been about 4 different places doing this whole commentary.
Yeah, boy.
But anyway, fellas, I got to jump up out of here myself, man. I appreciate you, Boss Club. I'm Tone, everybody jumping in. Blue Eyes.
For sure, man.
Definitely.
Good
We
shot.
appreciate your little brief show. So, man, you
Y'all
guys
stay blessed, man.
You too. Be
You
good.
too,
Be
my
safe.
brother.
Most of
Be
all,
safe over
be
there.
well out there, man. We'll talk soon.
All right. Peace.
For sure, for sure.
Let's see. Peace. Shout out to the Mailroom Gang, to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom. Shout out to everybody, man. We had a good time talking to the ball game. Keep Claus, Tone, and of course, Blue Eyes. Even though Blue Eyes didn't say that much, man. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content in, it feel like it's person to 15. You can go anywhere and get their lies, but you come right here and get the truth. Before they had handguns, we had fair ones. Shout out to Stan. Thanks, Stan, for sending me all that good paperwork, man. I passed all 5 of the tests. Everything was good. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the help. Continue to look out, man. I appreciate you, man. All right. Till the next time, I am Professor Melly Mill, and we are gone. Go ahead and lock the door.